We're back on for the rest of part 2. And maybe you could comment on how faith formation at this parish and how you see the effects on your kids today.
I think faith formation is very important, especially in this country. You know, I grew up in the west of Ireland, and you were either going to be a Catholic or a Protestant, and everything was done for you, and you really hadn't to think about it at all, and you just, you know, that was it. It was cultural Catholicism. People obviously had a relationship with God too, but they didn't have to make any extra efforts. In fact, it'd be difficult not to be a practicing Catholic in the culture I grew up with. Here, I think in the church, not just Catholics, but any Christian community, faith formation is very important.
Did you see in the group of friends that grew up around your kids and faith formation, did you see that social consciousness start to develop over those years as a dad watching them go to faith formation?
I did, and I think, you know, Andy and Darby's the person I was forgetting her name. Andy, Maul and Darby had them do little projects, and I think this must have been for confirmation. You know, they had to do like a social project, go out and do a little outreach. You know, I know what age of confirmation kids? Early teens, and they're shy, some of them, and then so I remember we had to. My kids remembered that there was a man who lived under a bridge near the Mercer out there on South Post Oak. He'd been living there for years, living under a bridge. Obviously, he hadn't been hassled by police. And so they thought, well, we'll bring him, you know, drinks, and then we'll bring him, I'll give them cash to give him.
Talk to people about St. Theresa. Is there an impact that we're having on the community that even people at the parish don't know about?
I think the impact on the community, you all are here and you probably don't see, you know, the full church, but there's a lot of people watching online. We have tuned in to the 10 o'clock and then sometimes the 5:30. And even though we used to go to the 5:30 Sunday evening Mass when the kids were young for faith formation, we tune in to the 10 o'clock morning Mass. And I think that online Mass is very important to people, and you know, the readings, the Word of God, the wonderful sermons that the pastor, Father Phil, and Deacon Larry and Dwight give, wonderful. And I think, you know, that's really, that's what more could you expect really from a parish. That's the best they can do. I think it's almost too much to put on 3 service online, but anyway, that's doing a lot. And then the weekly in-touch broadcasts, the emails. We early on in March, when everything was locked down and we were more anxious about what was going to happen, we got a call from someone in the parish or from the office remotely that, were we doing all right? Is there anything we needed? You know, I'm waiting for my insurance company to call me with that. But they didn't call me yet. But the parish called, and then the food drive, and you know, we just sort of know that everybody is working, everybody's available. We hope, you know, in providing, you know, the online Mass, and I know that they receive people into the church after Easter, and there's ongoing baptisms of children. Hopefully, nobody's putting themselves at risk, but it's very important, and I think it's kept the community very strong. So hopefully people are providing the support that they normally and usually do.
Thank you, and it was a pleasure to have you on the set today.
Please like, subscribe, or comment below.